Welcome to the Just Nuke It podcast. Are you ready for another apocalyptic probe?
I am, are you?
I am. You know those crazy end-of-the-world stories?
Yeah.
The ones from flash fiction?
Oh, yeah, I know those. The ones that make you think, what if?
Right. That's what we're diving into this week. Two wild tales, survival against the odds, all that good stuff, just for you.
That's right. We've got two scenarios to explore today. Kind of like, those big blockbuster action movies?
Yeah.
This is like that, but, well, for your ears only and way more apocalyptic. Like really, really end of the world kind of stuff.
Exactly. So first up, we're going deep, like really deep. Imagine Captain Nemo, right?
Yeah, the Nautilus, the whole deal.
But instead of just exploring, he finds something big. Atlantis.
No way. The Lost City.
But this isn't like the Atlantis you read about in fairy tales.
What do you mean? Like more high tech?
Exactly. This Atlantis has tech that could change everything. Like reshape the world as we know it. Could be amazing.
Or, well, could be a total disaster. Two sides of the same coin.
That's the thing. Nemo finds this incredible city, but it comes with a catch. Threats. From up above. You know, the surface world.
Greedy humans. Always gonna mess things up.
Makes you think, right?
Yeah.
What would we do if we stumbled on something that powerful?
I don't even want to think about it.
So that's our first story. Captain Nemo and the Secrets of the Abyss. You know, forget about his revenge kick for a minute.
Yeah, put that aside. What else is there?
In this flash fiction story, Nemo's having these dreams. Weird ones. Shifting from surface stuff to something deeper.
Literally. Like, what, underwater visions?
It's like his subconscious is picking up on something. Shimmers, shadows, hints of something ancient way down below.
So is it the revenge that's driving him? Or this pull towards the unknown?
That's the question, isn't it? What makes us explore? What are we really searching for?
Deep stuff, man.
Right. But here's the thing. It's not Nemo who finds Atlantis first.
Who then?
Yeah.
One of the crew?
It's Jules, his engineer. This guy's obsessed with sonar. You know, always listening for something down there.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So how does Jules find a whole lost city?
He picks up a whale song, but it's not a normal one. The frequency's all wrong, like nothing natural. No human device could make it.
Whoa. So you're saying the whales are leading them to Atlantis?
That's the implication. It's
Ah.
like this hidden language we don't understand, signals all around us.
Spooky. Makes you wonder what else is out there.
Right, and what they find. I mean, it's nuts. Huge crystal towers, all domed, an alloy they've never seen before, glowing gardens, bioluminescent, like something out of this world.
Wow. So it's beautiful, like advanced tech, but also kind of magical.
Exactly. But here's the crazy part. Nemo doesn't celebrate. He doesn't feel that thrill of discovery.
Why not?
Instead, he's immediately hit with this sense of doom. Like he knows something bad's going to happen.
It's giving me chills, like foreshadowing.
Big time. Makes you wonder, right? Why would this amazing discovery feel so ominous?
Well, Nemo's seen some stuff, right? I mean, he knows what humans do with power. Look at history. Tech advances, but it can be used for good or bad.
Right. So he's cautious,
Yeah.
cynical even, like he's seen this all before.
I can see why, but I'd still want to explore, wouldn't you?
Oh, totally. And the story gets into that. They explore this massive underwater city. Their lights, the Nautilus lights, are these tiny beams, like fireflies in the dark. And they illuminate this power grid.
Yeah.
Atlantean tech, but there's still energy, like it could come back online.
Whoa. So they're not just looking at ruins, it's like dormant power, right?
Exactly. And the tech is described as really elegant, almost organic, like blending nature and science in a way we can't even imagine.
So what kind of energy could power a whole city underwater? Geothermal? Something weirder?
That's the mystery. But here's the thing. It's not all perfect down there. They find signs of decay, murals depicting this downward spiral, like Atlantis didn't just disappear, it fell apart.
Oh, man, from within.
And there are these broken glyphs, almost like warnings.
Warnings about what?
That's what they need to figure out. Jules, being Jules, he's all optimistic. He sees limitless potential. Power, medicine, a chance to make humanity better, you know, the classic new discovery mindset.
Yeah, but Nemo's been around the block. He probably sees it differently.
Totally. Nemo sees the same flaws, the same greed and hunger that brought down Atlantis. He recognizes it from the surface world.
Sad but true. Do you think we're doomed to repeat history?
Ugh, tough question. But right on cue, the surface world comes knocking. And it's not scientists or explorers.
Uh-oh. Who is it?
A submarine. Military. A powerful nation, flag waving.
Figures. And they're there to, what, claim Atlantis for themselves?
That sounds about right. And their sonar pings aren't friendly. They're described as predatory, like a shark circling its prey.
So what does Nemo do? Does he fight?
He has to protect Atlantis. The Nautilus, which was built for revenge, becomes a shield.
Makes you think about knowledge, right? Who controls it? Who weaponizes it?
Absolutely. And Nemo's not messing around. He sends them a message. Not words, though. It's an Atlantean battle command, repurposed, broadcast on all frequencies.
Whoa. So he's basically saying, back off.
In the most intimidating way possible. It works, for now. The submarine retreats.
But Nemo knows they'll be back, right?
He knows it's temporary, warships will follow. So he does something drastic.
Yeah.
Activates this Atlantean cloaking tech.
He hides the whole city.
Makes it disappear. Buys them some time. But it's also a retreat. Setting up a future conflict. It's a huge burden, you know.
Protecting a secret like that, especially from people who want to exploit it.
And it gets even more intense. Nemo goes deeper into Atlantis. Some artifacts have this, like passive energy. But others are pulsing, waiting for a command.
You're talking about weapons.
Defensive systems. Things that could wipe out entire coastlines. If Nemo wanted to, he could unleash that power.
Would he, though? The old Nemo might have.
The abyss has changed him. That anger is still there, but it's tempered. He's not the same vengeful captain.
He's seen too much, experienced too much loss.
Exactly. And he looks at Jules, this young, hopeful engineer. He sees potential, not an enemy. And even towards the surface world, with all its flaws, he feels connected.
That's deep. So what does he do?
He makes a choice. Instead of using those weapons, he decides to study them, to understand them.
He's trying to learn from Atlantis' mistakes, so history doesn't repeat itself.
It's about knowledge, not destruction. And he needs Jules' help. It's a fragile alliance, but it's a start, a glimmer of hope.
Maybe they can find a way to use that power for good. Or at least prevent something terrible from happening.
Now, for something completely different, our second apocalyptic probe takes us to England. But not the England you're thinking of.
Okay. Intrigued. Not modern-day England.
Nope. Regency England? Think Jane Austen, but with a terrifying twist. Forget about balls and marriage proposals. This is survival horror.
This sounds like a wild ride. Lay it on me.
Okay, so it all starts subtly. Like a crumpled invitation stained with blood. Strange rumors floating around, people talking about others moving with unnatural speed, whispers of a fever of the mind. Creepy stuff.
So, like, something's spreading, a plague.
Yeah, but no one knows what it is. At first, it's easy to dismiss.
Yeah.
Just rumors, right?
Until it hits close to home.
That's exactly what happens. Our girl Elizabeth Bennet, she's all logic and reason.
Sensible Lizzie?
Right. But then she gets news from Pemberley, Darcy's estate. And it's not good.
What happened? Is Darcy sick?
It's worse than that. Jane sends a letter, all frantic. Pemberley's on lockdown. Servants are whispering about bites and frenzies.
What kind of fever is this?
It's not a fever. It's something else. Something that makes people lose their minds.
Yeah.
Their humanity.
Oh, no. That's terrifying.
And when Elizabeth gets to Pemberley, it's like walking into a nightmare. Gone is the elegant estate. It's dark, filled with shadows and strange sounds.
So creepy.
Georgiana, Darcy's younger sister, she's changed. She's feral. Her eyes are wild, predatory. She snarls and hisses.
It's like she's not even human anymore.
And Darcy, always so composed, is now a soldier, guarding his home against something he doesn't understand.
So they're trapped with this thing, whatever it is.
He explains it to Elizabeth. It's a contagion. It spreads fast, like wildfire. But it doesn't just kill you. It turns you into something else.
Something monstrous.
And it strips away everything that makes you human. Your reason, your compassion. All that's left is this primal hunger.
Ugh, that's chilling. So what do they do? How do they fight back?
Well, here's the crazy part. Elizabeth and Darcy, these two who are always at odds, they team up.
They have to, right? It's survival.
The drawing room at Pemberley becomes their war room. Darcy's estate maps, normally used for managing land, are now tracking the spread of the contagion.
Okay, that's smart. Using what they have.
And Elizabeth, her sharp mind, she starts analyzing the patterns, trying to figure out how it spreads, how to stop it.
So they're using their strength. Darcy's resources, Elizabeth's intelligence.
They have to, because society is falling apart. The gentry are isolating themselves, afraid to help anyone. Servants are fleeing. Villages are turning on each other.
Panic and chaos. The perfect breeding ground for disaster.
It makes you wonder, right? Is this just the contagion, or is there something else at play, something exploiting the chaos?
A good question. Is it human nature or something more sinister?
But Elizabeth, she's not giving up. She rallies her sisters, the Bingley brothers. They transform Longbourn into a center for organization.
So they're providing help, information, trying to bring people together.
They're practical, down to earth. While the upper classes are hiding, the Bennets are leading.
Shows you where true leadership comes from. Sometimes it's not the people you expect.
And Darcy, he sees what Elizabeth's doing. He admires her, even though he'd never admit it out loud.
Pride and prejudice aside.
Exactly. So he does something unexpected. He mobilizes his tenant farmers, people who know the land, who can fight.
So the two great houses, Pemberley and Longbourn, they're now united against this threat.
It's a powerful image. Shared danger breaking down social barriers.
But of course it can't be that easy, can it?
Of course not. There's always a twist. In this case, it's a neighboring baronet.
What did he do?
He makes a deal with the infected, agrees to lead them to vulnerable villages in exchange for his own safety.
Wow. Betrayal. Sacrificing others to save himself, that's messed up.
It shows the darkness in human nature, right? How desperation can make people do terrible things.
So how does it affect Pemberley?
It almost destroys it. The baronet's betrayal weakens their defenses. They're overrun.
And it all comes down to, what, Darcy and Elizabeth fighting back?
They end up side by side, literally fighting back to back. Not as enemies, but as protectors.
A true team.
And it's Elizabeth, in the heat of the moment, who sees the way to defeat the baronet. Her quick thinking saves them.
So even in chaos, clear thinking wins.
Exactly. And afterward, Darcy has this moment of reflection. He realizes how useless pride is in a situation like this.
He's learned a valuable lesson.
And Elizabeth, ever the optimist, she says maybe they can rebuild, create a society based on sense and sensibility.
It's a glimmer of hope, a new beginning.
So two very different apocalyptic probes. What strikes you?
It's a lot to process, but I think for me, it's the choices people make.
Right, like Nemo choosing to understand the Atlantean tech instead of using it for revenge.
And Darcy and Elizabeth putting aside their differences to fight a common enemy.
It makes you think, right, can we overcome our flaws? Can we learn from the past?
Especially when the stakes are so high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Can Nemo protect Atlantis? Can Elizabeth and Darcy rebuild their world?
Tough questions, but they're worth asking, right? These stories make you think about our own world, our own challenges.
They're more than just entertainment. They're reflections of ourselves.
Our fears, our hopes, what we're capable of, for better or worse.
That's what we're all about here on the Just Nuke It podcast, exploring the what-ifs of the apocalypse.
Digging deep into those end-of-the-world scenarios.
So if you enjoy this apocalyptic probe, hit that rate button and follow us.
We'll be back next time with more captivating tales from the brink.
Until then, keep exploring those what-ifs, because you never know what you might discover.